How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. It's time for This Week in Boxing, where we give you the new reviews, the facts from the past week, and what a great weekend of fights we've had. So a lot to go through, so let's do our thing.
Loads to go through.
Loads to go through. Performance after performance after performance. Yeah. That's what it was last night. Let's start with Friday night. Enzo McInerney versus Dmytro Kucha.
Yeah.
I think it was for the vacant European title.
Yes.
Enzo McInerney, he was a cruiserweight champion years ago, lost to David Haye.
Yeah.
Then he had some really terrible knockouts. I think the Frankel one was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he kind of dropped weight from 200 because the old cruiserweight was 190, and he said he was a small cruiser. So he went down to light heavyweight. Kind of re-evaluated himself and got into a good position. Got a new world title shot against Jürgen Bremer a few years ago, and kind of stayed as a contender level. Last time we saw him beat a faded Roy Jones, and then he was fighting for the vacant European title on Friday night. Unfortunately, that nightmare of getting caught by the bigger guys showed its ugly face again. Knockout first round. He was clearly gone. When he got up, he kind of done that same thing. He kind of walks away, and the referee kind of held him and said, "Look, it's over, mate." He's now called his time in his career, he's retired.
Yeah, and I hope it's not too late, if I'm honest with you, because to me, after the Frankel knockout, you're done there, and the people. That wasn't the first knockout. Al-Afalabi was a huge one before that. Huge knockout before that. Al-Afalabi's a big guy.
Yeah.
He knocked him out clean.
Yeah.
And then the Frankel one, and to me the Frankel one was really upset. I remember Frank one ringside.
It was jumping up.
Screaming, telling the referee, "Why did you let that carry on?"
Yeah.
And so everyone knows what's going on. So for him to then have resurgence and get shots, I think because of his name, like it's not like he worked as well, but light heavy to get Bremer. He didn't. It's not like he beat a contender to get the Bremer chance. He got the Bremer chance because it's Enzo and we can kind of maneuver it to get the Bremer chance. I remember his eye was really bad in that, and they stopped that. He was doing alright, to be fair, in the Bremer fight, because Bremer's not a notoriously big puncher, so it was way to survive. And in this one, I just came to the house and I didn't watch it, to be honest with you guys. Ryan put it on, and I'm watching it thinking something's happening here. Something's going to happen, and any second now something's going to happen, and it did. And I didn't think it was going to happen for Enzo in terms of Enzo getting a knockout. I knew he was going to get caught. Yeah. And when he gets caught, to be fair, it wasn't even a hard punch.
No, I think it was a combination because he got hurt with the left first, and then got caught with a two-piece. You know what I mean? And that's
it's the kind of punches, though, that years ago you absorb.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Him now, he looks like he could get hurt by a jab.
Yeah, so
and I think that's the danger of Enzo. And like I said, I hope it's not too late and you don't hear horror stories future on down the line, because he's taken way too many fights. Yeah.
So tell you about Enzo McInerney, and this was the thing about, people say I'm too harsh on boxers, might say they should retire or should call it a day. And my mindset is that if you're a world-class fighter and now you've had too much damage or you've dropped now to B or C class, people are fighting you that are below the level you fought at, and it's a risk to your health, it's a risk to your ability, because there's a sign of a deterioration. You can't be at the top forever. So when you start deteriorating, you need to call it a day.
Yeah.
When you're like Enzo and you have options, he's a very good commentator, a very good analyst. Yeah, he works with Box Nation. Yeah, he's also worked at other places as well over time. You've got other options. So I'm not saying that every fighter should retire when they lose, but when you're a world-class fighter, a world champion 10 years ago or 8 years ago, and you're fighting now at B level, C level, it's not a good thing.
No. You can go less than that if you want. You can go D level.
Yeah, you get my point, though.
The worst thing is, and I said it, I clearly said it. I said, worst thing for Enzo was that Roy Jones KO.
Yeah.
Gonna give him false belief that I stop Roy Jones. I got the power. I hit someone, they go down. That kind of thing that he says a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing. And I'm not happy he got knocked out. I'm happy he lost, because he would then start calling out Tony Bellew.
Happy was no, they did call that Bellew in this week. They said that after he wins, they didn't want to go for the belly shot. No, you're right. It's happening in the first round because it's decisive.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a close fight and you got caught.
Yeah.
It was the first round. It's over.
Yeah, and they said that Gary Lockett threw in the towel, and you kind of think European title shot. You threw in the towel and your guy gets up. You know, then there's behind the scenes he can't take it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Normally you'd give your guy a chance if he can get up. European title shot. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock, but they still knew. Nah.
Remember this year. And last thing on this subject. Remember this as well. Back in the day when Enzo was up and coming, when he won the British Boxing Association Award I'm talking like maybe 10, 12 years ago, before the David Haye fight, when the cruiserweight was 190, he was a tough, rough and tumble dude.
Hard dude. Hard. Very.
No, I mean,
I remember after the David Haye fight, even he took a couple of fights at heavyweight.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. That's what
it's like bring on the heavyweight guys. I'll knock them out. And he was like, he can handle it.
That's what I'm trying to say. So when you're fighting like that, and over time you're going down. That's why I say. And I know people are onto me on comments saying, Ryan, you're too harsh. But that's the reason why I say it, because, like I said, your body can't take that type of punishment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That was vicious. That was vicious.
Yeah.
And like he said he's retired.
Yes,
and
he's
you hope to
yeah.
God he stays retired.
He's got
because you know what these guys are like. You know what they're like.
Let's move forward to last night's fight on Showtime. It was
Showtime.
the Showtime card. Let's go with Zhu Shimin.
Yes.
He fought. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy was a little cute, little dirty, running around the place and everything. But let's go to the facts.
Yeah.
Zhu Shimin wants a world title shot. Me and you've questioned Zhu Shimin's ability and his marketing, and they're gonna build him a star. I've seen, I think, all of Zhu Shimin's fights, but I've always watched them after the fact because it's been in China. So I watch it on YouTube, I watch it here, and I think I've seen one live. I actually watched this one live by myself, fully intent on actually what's going on, not no dodgy copy.
Yeah.
Not being bad. He's not world class. He does not have it at the highest level. Him going for a world title in that weight class is a nightmare. He's 35 years old. I think he's a good fighter and he's made a good achievements in his career, being a multi-time Olympian. Was it twice?
Yeah, I think he won it twice.
Yeah, won it twice, yeah. And being a professional fighter, I think he won a couple of regionals.
Yeah.
But in terms of overall ability, and at his age, 35, 36, I think he should be happy with what he achieved. Doesn't mean retire, but don't push for the top guys in the division.
Yeah, I think Bob Arum should almost be content with the fact that he, at the time, got 2 Olympians in Lomachenko, we'll talk about later, in Zhu Shimin. And one of them is going to obviously be superstar. The other one's just going to sell you tickets.
Yeah.
And the other one's not. I know what you mean. He's still very much amateurish. Very much. Whereas Lomachenko looks like he's crossed over clearly to a pro. This one looks like an amateur still. And point scoring, everything. It's just a bit.
You know what we say about picking your spots?
Yeah.
Picking your spots in an aggressive manner. He picks his spots in a like I said, in a point scoring manner.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm trying to say, and like his content on landing a single shot, or maybe a 1-2, then getting out and kind of like floating around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough at all. But I guess the problem for us as boxing fans is that he will get the title shots. Yeah. He is a major player in terms of the Chinese market, and so the money on the table to anyone's going to be great. Yeah. So Bob Arum will get him the title shot.
I think Zhu Shimin will be good to open that Chinese market, show other young Chinese guys, Chinese boxers, you can hit the big stage, you can fight in New York, you can travel, you can make money, and be more of a sporting figure, more than a sporting athlete.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, the next fight on the card was Demetrius Andrade versus Willie Nelson.
Yes.
Me and you were high on Demetrius Andrade.
Yep, spoke to him a couple of times.
Yep, spoke to him a couple of times. And then he had all the problems with the Rock Nation deal, and he's trying to change contracts with, I can't remember who it was. And he was inactive.
Yeah.
Last time he fought properly was Brian Rose, and he had one little fight a few months ago.
Yep.
And now he came back onto the big stage against Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Dropped Willie Nelson in the first round. Dominated the fight mid-rounds. I don't think he lost one round. Then got the KO in the final. Dropped in the 11th, then KO'd in the final round. I watched that fight and I was like, guess what? That is exactly what we were talking about, why we thought he'll be a pound for pounder. His ability, his movement and his tactics were spot on. For a guy that's been inactive, for fighting Willie Nelson, who's a good contender, a good fighter in his own right, he completely shut him down out of the fight.
Yeah, no, we were high on Demetrius Andrade, and I say we were because, look, we're not silly, we can't stay high on someone that's not fighting. But when he's now back, we're now high on him again. Yeah. Because like Rand said, it was a good performance. You get the knockdown in the first, you dominate, and then you get the stoppage later on. So you can't fault that. And I'm happy for him that he got rounds as well. Yeah. I mean, he could have got the blurt in the first, he would have been happy, but it's almost like needed more rounds.
He fought at a fast pace as well. He came out early and set a high pace for that weight class, I reckon.
Yeah, and that division is hot. Yeah. I'm not joking.
He's already cut the Charlo brothers and said he wants peace.
I'm confident after watching the Charlo brothers versus Trout and the Charlo brothers versus Jackson. Andrade can beat the Charlo brothers.
Yeah, of course he can.
Lara's the problem.
Lara's the problem.
Yeah.
If you fight Lara's pace.
Yes.
Yeah. If you let Lara set his positions up. What I saw from last time from Demetrius Andrade is that yes, there were times when he might have looked a little reckless, but that's a little bit of ring rust.
Yeah.
He was throwing single jabs, double jabs,
went to the body
combinations, head body combinations, wide uppercuts, short uppercuts. He showed variety.
He was trying to rip through that guard with that.
Straight right, yeah. Straight left,
He's trying to rip through it.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm gonna rip through your guard because Nelson's high, his guard is very high. I'm gonna rip right through it.
And he stayed in that mid to close range as well. I mean,
no, pretty good performance.
Yeah.
And let's hope he stays active. Let's hope. After seeing what the guy's done 2-3 weeks ago, let's hope he can get a name. It's like they're willing to fight each other, these guys. So let's hope he can get a name. And how do you think your boy Liam Smith will do?
No comment.
You know, what's wrong?
I'm high on Liam Smith, but Andrade's something different.
Okay, because you know his belt that is doing that. Liam Smith's got.
It's something
different. It's Andrade's belt, isn't it? Wait. Yes, Andrade's belt, WO,
yeah. He's something different, trust me.
I think he might want his belt back.
He's a different animal.
Honestly, it's a different animal.
Different animal. Yeah. Mixing the cards on that, there's so much fights last night. Also last night, Dejan Slater Cannon, the guy known to UK fans that beat Ricky Burns a couple years ago, still undefeated, won the WBC lightweight title, the first champion from Montenegro.
Yes.
Now I mean, good performance, powerful, third round stoppage.
Yeah, you know, and this almost helps Ricky Burns, if I'm honest with you, because when he beat Ricky Burns, I kid you not, I was like, who's this kid? Oh, I said, Ricky Burns is done. He just got beat by this nobody, no one knows. And here we are, 18 months later, he's world champion. He's now with Al Heyman. He's doing things, like you say, first champion from Montenegro, and the likes of Cronner and Flanagan should be watching this kid.
No, they should be watching him. I tell you what, when they bring him for Ricky Burns, it was a fight for Ricky Burns to win. Now they know who this guy is.
Yeah.
And they know, I guess what, this guy can actually box, because he actually outboxed Ricky Burns, because he dropped him in the first round, I think, and they outboxed him on 1-1 points, which means you've got some boxing acumen. Now he's shown he's got punch power as well, and that he can be aggressive and actually work you over.
Yeah.
No, not an easy pick.
No, not an easy night for people as well. 22 fights, I think, that's 15 KOs, so it's a good KO record. And like I always say, it's all good KO and the guys that when you get to kind of early fights, when you get to contendership and world championships, and you're KOing guys, you've got punch power.
Yeah, definitely.
So well done, Classy Cannon.
Yeah.
That's Montenegro world champion.
Definitely. Let's move forward and go to the main event on the Showtime card, which was John Molina versus Ruslan Provodnikov.
Yes.
It's one of those. When that fight was first signed, I thought Provodnikov quite handily.
Did you?
I thought Provodnikov, will bully Molina.
Okay.
And this is where styles come into fights. I think recently, the style matchups Molina had did not suit him. Yeah? Fighting a guy that's going to stand there and try to mix it up with him made Molina show he has considerable boxing skills.
Yes.
Yeah? He's not just a slugger, or not just a grinder, or not just, a good name that makes good fights. He actually boxes well, moves well, uses his jab, and I think for the first 5 or 6 rounds, he was he handed it to Provodnikov. And he weren't running either, he was right in the pocket there, mixing up and just picking his shots better. Provodnikov came on strong, mid-rounds, but he clearly didn't do enough to win. And I think well-deserved decision for Molina.
Yeah, I always feel like with Molina, look, Molina's going to struggle against the guys like Adrian Broner's of the world, and he did. It was quite embarrassing.
Did he fight after he struggled as well?
Yeah, but if you remember the fight he had with Matisse, the guy that was going to stand there and trade with him, he put Matisse down hard a couple of times, and it was almost like, you want to trade? I can trade with you. So those kind of style matchups where, because Molina can trade, but he also can box a bit.
Yeah.
And what was him from Provodnikov, he can just trade.
Yeah.
And we've seen that even with the Matisse fight, where Matisse kind of just outboxed him. It's almost like, if that's all you've got is just trading, then you're in trouble. Because I can trade and box. And Provodnikov's, I always said that style of fighting, he's so kind of, I'm the Siberian Rocky. That don't last long.
See, I like Molina, but I always consider Molina as a decent athlete and a decent boxer, but I don't think he actually boxes. Where someone like Matisse is known as a puncher, but he uses his jab a lot and actually boxes well.
Yeah.
Molina, I didn't think was in that type of class. Molina showed me his own right. That guess what? I could put a nice 1-2 together when I want to. You know what I mean? I could put the shots together and fight at a decent level boxing pace or a boxing style more than slugging.
Yeah, I think Provodnikov has spoken about he needs to reassess where he wants to be just as a boxer. I think he kind of even hinted at retirement, I think. And I guess that's what happens when you know you can't quite beat the best.
Yeah.
And he's put on good performance against Bradley, but he lost. Matisse lost.
He's been in good fights and made good money.
Yeah, but those kind of wars he's been in, he's taken a lot of punishment. Everyone talks about the punishment you get from fighting Provodnikov.
Yeah.
Provodnikov takes a lot of punishment.
He's always got that eye.
Always swelled up in his face, and I feel like
puffiness.
that kind of style. When I mentioned it with what's that trainer that I think always the head first trainer? Robert Garcia. That's his kind of style of fighters, and I think he needs to either switch up trainers, might be too late in his career, or do something.
I don't think he can switch up. I remember when we watched Friday Night Fights.
Yeah.
He was that way from his bloody. You know what I mean? He was main event Friday Night Fights every week because that's his style of fighting. So I don't think he could change it up.
Oh, even lost to Algieri.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Jeez.
There was a time, similar to Enzo Maccarinelli. I'm not trying to say he should retire, but there was a time when he was at the top of the food chain. He was a top 5 welterweight or junior welterweight. Now it's definitely kind of like maybe not in the top 10 no more.
No, he's definitely not. No.
So the slippage now. So when you start seeing the slippage, you got to start being more mindful about your choices.
Because you wouldn't have Molina in the top 10.
No, we haven't in the top 10.
Exactly, Molina comfortably beat him.
Molina's
8 rounds to 4.
Molina's the gatekeeper.
Yeah, and he got beat by the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
8 rounds to 4.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So I tell you what, it's funny. You had the 8 rounds to 4.
Yeah.
I had it a little closer because I thought some of the rounds Provodnikov tried to be aggressive. So it's kind of like I'll give it to Molina, but it was a close round. But I think I had it more 7-5.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mixed up the cards earlier on. We already done Zeus Shimon. Zeus Shimon was on the top rank card, didn't he? He won the
of course, yeah, he was.
He was on the top rank card, so I messed that up. But let's go to the top rank card, and let's go with Felix Verdejo.
Yeah.
People been talking about Felix Verdejo for a while.
Yes.
And saying how good he is and the potential he has and everything. And I've watched him and I thought, he's good, he's alright.
Yeah.
I can see why people like him, but I need to see a little bit more.
Yes.
Last night we saw something a bit more.
Yeah. A bit more spite.
Yeah. He was in with a tough, I think the guy was Mexican.
Yes.
Tough Mexican that was just there, ready to take the shots and trade and make it a difficult night. So I tell you what I liked about Verdejo. He showed maturity beyond his years. He shows that he has a high level of boxing, not just with his fists, not just with his mind, but with his legs. He picked his spots, moved well, came in and out, kept that range, and when he landed his shots, he landed them clean. I definitely think he is a super talent, not just a good talent. After watching last night, just the way he's moving, the way he's positioning himself, and the way he's setting his shots up, that's high level boxing.
No. Like Ren said, a lot of people have been chatting about him, saying, okay, this is the next one to watch. You know, Puerto Rico looking for that next superstar. Obviously, Cotto coming to the end, and Puerto Rico fans will try and hook him to someone. They tried, Danny Garcia team tried to hook him up, that didn't work. So Verdejo is the guy that they want to get, and he said he wants to get a stoppage. He said, I need a stoppage. I don't know why they put pressure on themselves to get the stoppage, but he got the stoppage. Everything looked good. You can't afford it. Everything looked good. I watched him a couple of times and I thought he looked a bit wild, if I'm honest with you, before. I thought he's almost like, when the stoppage is there, a bit Scott Quiggy, I will say, where it just seems to like, I want to throw everything. He picked his punches for this one, and it was a good performance, but
didn't rush.
We need to see the step up now. I think he's had those kind of fights. Now it's okay, let's see where you are and what you're going to do in the division. Let's hope. What weight is he? Is he lightweight?
I think so.
It's like everyone's at lightweight now.
The way he's fighting right now, if he can maintain that composure against the top guys, he's definitely going to be in the mix quicker than you expect.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because he's definitely got something. You know, you can have something and still not be the best. But I'm looking at him right now, and I think we've got history to say we've got good eye for watching talent. He's definitely got the composure, the balance, the speed, the timing, the power, and the concentration to make an impact very, very, very soon.
I think we do need to do a video on the 6 prospects.
No, I thought of another video.
What?
Not you said 6 prospects.
Prospects.
I think the best boxers in the sport, not pound for pound, because guess what? There's some boxers out there that should be pound for pound.
That's a tough video.
Yeah.
That's a very tough video. Because there's a lot of boxers that everyone talks about. This Bartholomew kid, everyone talks about. Oscar Valdez, people talk about Oscar Valdez. There's a few in there that are not well titled yet, but people are talking
about
boxing-wise, like wow. Yeah. Alright.
Let's move forward to the main event. So I said earlier on that I saw Demetrius Andrade and thought, wow, what a good performance. Then I saw Verdejo and thought, wow, what a good performance. And then this guy called Vasil Lomachenko came along. Blew off my head. That there...
I'm going to stop you very quickly. I'm going to let you finish. The reason I'm going to stop is this. I saw an interview, and I remember it so vividly. George Groves interview, and I keep telling everyone about this. So you guys have got to find it if you want on YouTube, whatever. Or it might be even print, but I think it's YouTube. And they asked George Groves, potentially, you hear about Golovkin, who do you think is the best fighter in the world? And this was Vasil Lomachenko after one fight. And George Groves said, I saw Lomachenko spar, best boxer in the world. When a boxer can sit back and watch someone, and George Groves was elite at that time. Yeah. And George Groves kind of still is elite, but when you're a boxer, a world elite boxer can watch someone after one fight and say, that's the best boxer pound for pound in the world, that's the best boxer pound for the world. You got something there.
Let me tell you something right now. Roman Martinez, world champion.
Yeah.
A very good fighter.
Very good fighter.
His last fight against Salido, a lot of people disputed that Martinez should have won that.
Yeah, was that a draw?
It was a draw. Great fight. Being some tremendous.
I think he won one and drew one.
Yeah, great fight. Martinez lost to Ricky Burns like 6 years ago. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. But Martinez is legit. There's no question marks around who he is and how good he is and what he has.
Yeah.
Lomachenko made him look like a boy. Seriously, and I would never. I don't want to criticize. Why would you criticize Martinez?
Yeah.
Why would you? But he made him look like a boy. He was confused. Lomachenko could do whatever he wanted. Yeah. When we talk about sliding on the floor, he's just moving around him in different angles, different punches, clean, hurtful, solid shots. I mean, in terms of a boxing performance, and you guys are going to say I'm going over the top, that reminded me of like a Hopkins, Kelly Pavlik.
Yeah, no, very true.
When you've got a world-class fighter in front of you and you just undress them dominantly, like so unbelievably. Hopkins was older, obviously, 44 years old or whatever, but you get my point.
And this is Lomachenko going up in weight.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This is Lomachenko going up in weight and taking his belt.
Two-time world champion in 7 fights or 6 fights.
That was his 7th, I think, or something ridiculous. So it's so ridiculous. Yeah, I watch him. I've just watched him skip rope, and I thought he's skipping rope differently.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, how's he's skipping rope? Bro, we have an uber talent.
Uber talent, bro. I'm telling you right now, pound for pound. I'm telling you, I don't care what people say. Pound for pound, you say, when you talk about pound for pound, people say, who is he beat? Yeah. Who is he for? And you look at someone like Andrade, say he fought this guy, fought that guy. I understand why you got it. Look at Gonzalez, and if he fought this guy, fought that, and you go, I don't care what anyone says. I'm talking about boxing, what I'm seeing with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah.
I was sitting here watching the fight. House was empty, sitting down, and in round 5, I stood up and I was holding my head like this. Like, what is this guy doing? And I can't believe this guy is boxing circles around this guy. This is amazing. And then the knockout came, and I screamed.
I still marvel. Hey, he's amateur.
No, it's ridiculous.
Is it 4, 6, 5, and 1 or something stupid like that? So, guys, I could be wrong, but it's obviously one loss that he avenged like 2 or 3 times later or something. And I'm so happy I'm around to see this. When I think of him and I think of Golovkin, and I feel like I'm just watching boxing masterclasses here, like just watching them, like wow.
I'm telling you right now, and like I said, call it hype, call it, Ryan, you're going over the top. I look at Kovalev, good boxer. I look at GGG, good boxer. I look at Andre Ward. I look at Martinez. I look at the top guy. I look at Rigo. And I think they're all great, tremendous boxers. But Lomachenko is something different.
I think Lomachenko is a freak of nature.
He's different. It's just a different thing.
So when I hear fighters call him out, I just want to tweet the fighters and say, stop lying. I think I said that the other day. Yeah. Stop making fights on Twitter. Because you're lying. You don't really want that. You can't want that. I don't care if you're a man, you can't want that. Because how do you deal with it?
Salido better be happy with his win over Lomachenko.
Yeah, early.
And leave it at that.
Don't ask for that rematch.
And I'll tell you this as well. I know Lomachenko's gone up in weight, so the fight with Rigo's far apart. Rigo, don't think about it.
Yeah, forget it.
I thought it was a good fight. Now, Lomachenko was fighting before as an amateur. Now he's transitioned fully into a pro with all these experience.
Strength now on it now as well.
And it's just a different level.
The power now on.
That knockout was ridiculous.
Yeah, people saying KO of the year. That's supposed to be a tough fight, guy. That's supposed to be a guy that's asking questions. Yeah,
think about that. That's supposed to be a 12-rounder, blood and guts battle, not a 5-round masterclass with a knockout. That's the best boxing I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, Vasil Lomachenko. Is it better than Golovkin Lemieux?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought Golovkin's jab against Lemieux was just something.
No, it's not the jabs though. Lomachenko done everything. The movement, the punch selection, the variety. You know what I mean? You even saw some girls like round 2. He was confused, like, what? Possibly this guy.
Is there honestly?
Confused. He was confused.
Back in the day, it was almost like boxers wanted to turn pro quick. Obviously, you got to earn money.
Yeah.
Is there something about this then? Because look, let's be honest. The two best boxers in the world right now probably are Golovkin and people are going to say Chocolita for me, but I've seen Chocolita a lot of times, and I still think Golovkin and Lomachenko. I'm seeing stuff that I've not seen for a lot. They stayed amateur for ages.
Yeah.
Is there something about this? Because even look at Rigonda. Rigonda makes people look a bit silly.
I'll tell you this, I've said before, and Kevin Kelly, and he said something along the lines of this. He said that when you've got these amateur guys that's got the 200-300 fights, and I'm trying to say they're world champion, they're already pro boxers, they just need to get the rounds in.
Yeah, they're already pro boxers. They spar pro boxers. Yeah, and I'm trying to say they just need to get the rounds in. I mean, get them a fight, you don't have to baby them, put them through 3, 4, 5 fights. And they're ready.
Because they're ready, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. You just got to give them the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I believe him.
Yeah, now I 100% believe him. That's why when people said, and this is why when me and Ryan stuck up for them when they said the idea about amateurs versus pro in the Olympics, and people say it's death, and I was like, no, because I think a lot of amateurs would beat the pros.
So to you what, I think like as boxing fans, we're always spoon-fed information of you that you just kind of follow with. Now I mean, like again, like Sugar Ray Robinson is the hands down the best fighter of all time. He's never seen no fighters. We all stick to that methodology because we've been spoon-fed that all the time. Same with this amateur thing. You've been spoon-fed that from an amateur to a pro is a learning curve. That's the word you hear, and you have to go through the rounds to do this, to do that, blah blah blah. That's not so true a fact no more.
Yeah, because Lomachenko is quite embarrassing. A lot of these so-called big pros with 25 fights, 30 fights, 40 fights.
Call me a fanboy if you like, yeah? I'm trying to say, yeah? Because I said that I like Lomachenko, but I'm telling you right now, I've never talked about him like this until today. I saw something last night and I thought, guess what? You don't undress a world champion, a multiple world champion, a top 5 in your division fighter like that.
I've even seen, I think the fight previously where he peppered the guy with the body shot, but he didn't hit the body, he just tapped the body to say,
I can do it.
There's the body.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then about a round later, bang, body.
Yeah, I mean,
there's something special up there.
It's special. It's special. Yeah.
A couple other quick fights yesterday, just a brief William Monroe Jr. fought, beat John Thompson.
Yeah, John Thompson. The guy fought Liam Smith.
Yeah, I think so. He got unanimous decision against John Thompson.
Didn't see the fight.
Yeah, I wonder what weight that was then. That's interesting because John Thompson fought thing at 154. Yeah, maybe John Thompson went up to 160.
Yeah.
But William Monroe, well done on the comeback. You know, that's difficult to come back after Golovkin does you.
Yeah.
It's still easy to come back. So well done.
I think the middleweight division is it needs names.
It's weird.
It needs names.
I think some of these 154 guys might go up soon.
Yeah, you've got a good division in terms of you've got Golovkin, let's be honest, you've got Canelo, you've got Billy Joe, you've got Danny Jacobs, you've got Quillen, you've got who else am I missing?
Chris Eubank,
yeah. So you've got good fighters there, but none of them seem really interested in mixing it up right now with each other. Yeah, Chris Eubank said he wants a Golovkin fight. We'll talk about it a little later. But no one seems to mix it up. So you need some of these other guys that kind of got a little bit of name to make a jump in with these other guys to build credence. Because you lost to GGG, who's number 1 in the division by far,
doesn't hurt you.
It doesn't hurt you. You need to get in there and say, guess what, I could fight these other guys.
Yeah.
Let's go with the news, and let's start with the big news for the past couple of weeks. The passing of Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
They had the official funeral on Thursday, and then they had the what would they call it? The procession, the public funeral on the Friday.
Yeah.
And what an amazing turnout for both sessions. So respectful, so much love, so much admiration, so much stories, so much people. Hundreds of thousands of people lined the streets from 19 miles to from when they left to where they laid into rest. When you talk about love of an individual, I don't think we see something like that in this lifetime. I remember when Nelson Mandela passed.
Yes.
I remember when the Queen passed, Michael Jackson.
Do you remember some big figures? Yeah.
Nothing like this before. I mean, like, I even heard someone was complaining about the TV coverage saying it's all Ali.
Yeah.
And it's like, the whole world, the whole world froze for like a second on Thursday/Friday.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I said something to someone over there. Normally when someone passed away in their field, their field respects it more. So if you get a footballer, obviously you guys know what footballer pass away, majority of the people that will outcry will be footballers and football fans. Same with any other sport. Normally in boxing, similar. Politics, you get politics. This has literally been everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people on Twitter with Muhammad Ali t-shirts. I thought, my God, I didn't even know you like boxing.
Yeah.
And it's not about boxing anymore. This is about just a people person, a lovely person, a person that just change your idea of how a boxer should think and what a boxer should say and what a boxer should do and everything. And it was so nice to see the pallbearers. You got Will Smith, you got Tyson there,
Tyson, Lennox Lewis.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just nice to see them. It's just it was beautiful.
It's funny. It's funny you say people with t-shirts. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I went to Asda. I was wearing my Ali t-shirt, and 2 people in Asda said, "Mate, that's a great t-shirt. Oh, I love the Ali." And it's like talking to me like I knew them. And we're just standing there. I got my kids with me with the trolley, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, I done this, I done that." And he goes, "Oh yeah, yeah." I'm just talking as 2 total strangers, bonding for 3-4 minutes for no reason, just because of a t-shirt.
No, it's crazy. It's a sad thing, but may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
May his soul rest in peace. Yeah.
I'll say one thing about this, one more thing. Yeah. Everyone's talking about Ali the greatest or Sugar Ray Robinson or this or that or whatever. And I said, it's not even about that. It's not even about who's the greatest or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like the social impact that someone has. He united everyone. Stop comparing all these other things about it. The man's an icon in his own right.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's been a lot of people on the YouTube channel, I say, like saying, "Oh, I'm not going to get into it, but Mayweather and this and he didn't fight no one and blah blah blah." And for a minute, let's just park it.
Yeah.
Let's park it. We can make that debate now, but for now, let's just think of it as a great guy, made a great impact.
If anyone's put a comment on the videos for Mayweather and Ali in the same sentence, it's getting deleted. Seriously, I can't even accept it. I can't even accept it.
No, I agree. I don't.
Yeah, seriously, I can't even accept it. I don't.
It's too early, guys. Don't even know. This is like 12:30. We're filming this, and I can't even get into that argument. Literally, I want to sit you down and but I can't even get you into the argument.
Yeah.
Like,
seriously, let's go with pros in the Olympics.
Again?
Yeah. 2 quick stories.
Yes.
Well, one quick one, and the other one jumps to other stories. Amir Khan, we mentioned last week, mentioned about possibly going to the Olympics for Pakistan.
Yes.
And received quite a lot of backlash from it.
I told you.
People were saying that he's a turncoat, you're British,
I told you. I told you this was going to happen.
Then he's backtracked and said no, he's not going to go to the Olympics no more because the WC won't allow it.
Yeah.
But also, he only wanted to do it because he wanted to give a British fighter the opportunity to go to the Olympics, but he wanted to go as well.
Oh.
So he kind of spinned it around a little bit.
Someone in his PR teams had a good word with him. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but amateur always does talk a lot.
Yeah, and then has to backtrack.
But it was just funny that, as much as I said that I understand why pros go into the Olympics, and I mean, you seem to get a lot of professional boxers who are in very good positions, i.e. world titleists or contenders, talking about going for this position. As I mentioned last week, I think there's a market for pros in the Olympics, and you mentioned it as well at the beginning of the show as well. But I do think that certain fighters, especially like Amir Khan, Chris Eubank Jr., should not be thinking about that. You know what I mean? There's a market for it. It doesn't mean you should take every opportunity to make an extra buck for yourself when you've got a worldwide sport where you have multiple options in front of you.
Yeah, if you have the options in front of you to make money, you've got titles, there's all those, there's avenues for you, then no, the Olympics shouldn't be for you at all. The Olympics before someone that maybe missed an opportunity and wants an opportunity again, and they're not maybe ranked, and they haven't got this special television deal and blah blah. That should be, if anything, that should be what it is. Or maybe a faded champion that wants that last hurrah or something. Not for someone that is the elite at their peak of their powers. That's bullshit.
The guy that was in the ABAs that lost in the finals or the semi-finals just turned pro over.
Turned pro. Maybe he's had 7 fights and he hasn't done so well. And he think, I might want a chance to go it again.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what it's for.
But the likes of Chris, no. I don't believe that. But that's the problem is, I think we'll do this as our British country, and maybe I think America might do it. I'm not sure the rest of the world will go and uproar if some of their fighters should do it.
In other countries, there seems to be a fine line between amateur and pro.
Yes.
And that line's definitely being blurred with World Series of Boxing and blah blah blah. I think we've got a real impact on this and a problem in 4 years' time.
Yeah, maybe 4 years' time.
Because when you start having selections and you're talking about, remember, after every Olympics, you have on TV, we won so many medals, they lost so many medals, we done this, we done that. At the end of the day, it comes into bragging rights as much as money. And certain countries that don't have a high record total in the boxing will put in their best pro fighter.
You know what I think?
Tie that toll up.
What I think will happen in 2020, and it's good that you mentioned this, and it happens now, guys. Obviously, you watch athletics, I do. A lot of the sprinters go to other countries.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a Nigerian, and there's a lot of Nigerians that run for Qatar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because they think, and Qatar will pay them handedly to try and get a medal.
Merlin Otti from Jamaica runs for Slovenia. She's like 50
runs for Slovenia. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, I think a lot of these countries, I dare say, that don't have athletic backgrounds, the Qatar, Saudi Arabians, will pay big money to fighters to get passports, go to their country and fight for their country. So expect to see a lot of people going to those countries for big bucks.
Another thing is also with the Olympic story. Chris Eubank Jr. wanted to go for the Olympics for middleweights, got rejected by the British Board of Control, so they already got their fighter there. And then Chris Senior spinned it saying that why not, we're British champion, blah 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 blah. It didn't go ahead, but it's like I said, it's just dodgy. It's just dodgy for these guys to do it.
Yeah, I envisage anyway, and I've said this already, that 2020, maybe later, maybe 2020, 24, there will be no amateurs in boxing in the Olympics. There will be pros only.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe it will just be pros only, and countries will be picking their best pros, and that's what it will be.
All right, then let's move forward and let's stick with the Eubanks.
Yes.
Obviously, boxing is all about promotion. Yeah. But Eubank's fighting in a couple of weeks' time, and this press team's been going full force the past week. Every day there's a new press release, a new story, a new something, old news and new news. I'm just going to stick with a couple little bits what I mentioned this week. First of all, talks of that the GGG fight is looked to be a go-ahead, or they're planning to get it done for September, October. Eddie Hearns mentioned it on one of his interviews with IFL. The Eubanks have mentioned it this week. Gigi doesn't have an opponent. He only fought a few weeks ago, or a month ago maybe. It is very possible that if Chris wins in a couple of weeks, that's the fight that they have. I'm not saying it's possible, but very possible.
As much as I do like Chris, I like Chris' team, and I like the idea of the self-promotion, even though it's going a bit too far now, because I just think it's bollocks, to be honest. You guys have got to understand, Chris is fighting at British level here. The likes of Spike and Nick Blackwell, British level. At best, British level. That's their level. Not even European, I said they're British level fighters. And he's doing okay against these guys. He's not blistering these guys, it's just okay. Even the Spike performance, I thought at times was a bit tricky. GGG is such a level above this. It's hard to put into words the level above the likes of Nick Blackwell and Spike is, no disrespect. The level is just astronomical.
A lot of people think Eubank's got a chance. Have you seen it?
It's nonsense.
They're looking at
nonsense.
I keep saying they're looking at the hand speed and the combination punching.
This isn't running.
The more you throw,
the more you get hit. Don't think about it, guys. You do this, you don't get hit as much. You do that, your face is there exposed, and you're gonna get clapped. And I said this already. Look, it almost reminds me. I read the Sun newspaper sometimes. I don't know why I read it, but I do read it. And on the back pages, you know me. I'm a Liverpool fan. Do you know how many times we're linked with footballers? Like, oh, I saw this person go to a casino with Liverpool chairman. Or Eddie Hearn just feeds us with just lies.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people are so, because Eddie Hearn said on IFL TV. It's just nonsense. Honestly, GGG is with K2 Promotions. Eddie Hearn, basically, it can happen just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that. Pay-per-view, just like that.
Gigi's begging for a
and no one we wouldn't even argue. That's pay-per-view in September. Okay. It's easy to make. You think Gigi wouldn't want to fight Eubank in Britain? You think he wants to fight, no disrespect, William Monroe's, and who did he fight last time? Can't remember the guy's name.
Dominic Wade.
Dominic, you think he wants to fight those guys?
Or that small casino in Monaco?
Do you think he wants to go to Monte Carlo and fight in front of 900 people? Where he fought Martin Murray?
Yeah.
Give him the chance to go O2 Arena, pay-per-view, Eubank, he'll right... Nonsense.
If that fight happens at O2, my ticket's there.
Instantly.
That's not gonna happen. There.
It's not gonna happen. I don't even think Thingy would risk his son in with Gigi. I'll be honest with you, not yet. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Got beat by Billy Joe, got exposed.
Sticking with the Eubanks. Yeah?
Pissed me off.
Why are they mentioning about the Gale story again?
Oh, the sparring?
Yeah, they're mentioning it again. It's come out again. Yeah, this sparring was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now the story's changed a little bit, and the girl said a different version to what he said previously.
Oh, the girl's backtracked to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, so remember the girl said originally that he was on a... Eubank came and took advantage because he was on a low, after losing to George Groves and rare. Now he's saying that he handed it to him in sparring, and then he kicked him out because his dad was being rude, and he didn't want none. So the story's changed now, but there's definitely heat and tension between the Eubanks and the girl, and it looks like from the release, from the story I read, it looks like there's beef between the fathers as well.
Oh wow, bloody hell. I believe that Eubank did hand it to the girl in sparring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the girl is backtracking the story. Eubank has been firm.
Yeah, from the same story.
I handed it to you in sparring.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think Ryan said this loads of times. You can get someone in sparring that's just not on it.
Yeah.
Just could be way out of camp.
Yeah.
Just wants to, and you get someone that's really on it, really at the weight.
Or just working on something.
That's it, just trying something different. And you get beaten in sparring. I mean, come on.
It's not a big issue.
All these sparring stories that were once kept secret, now seem to be coming out all the time. I mean, I remember the Frampton Quigg one.
Yeah.
Remember that when, you got beaten sparring by this Scottish kid, and I was like, where's this going
from? Yeah.
What's this?
We learned a bit of professional courtesy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
it's funny that you mentioned that because Eubank said in his stories that I weren't going to release the story, but because of the way you went on after, I released it. But I'm like, you released it like 3-4 years ago. Why release it again this week?
Yeah.
I know you're fighting in a few weeks' time, but I just find I'm finding the Eubank stories now. As much as I like them, they're entertaining. I like the whole Christina stuff. I'm finding it very now like it's media hungry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's no longer genuine about here's a genuine story or here's a press release or here's this or here's that. It's media hungry. You're saying stuff just to get that press clipping, and it's unnecessary.
Yeah, and I guess that maybe stems back from what the Nick Blackwell family said, where hold back a bit, kind of thing. I do believe that though there is a media hungry thing. You know, I think it's more from senior than junior or English. Yeah. Just that alone is media hungry.
Yeah.
Call me English. You're not Prince.
Yeah.
You are. You know.
Yeah.
Prince the singer, by the way.
All right then. Let's move forward. Quick boxing news. Kovalev versus Chilemba, done deal in Russia, 11th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently HBO's gone over there as well.
Good luck, Chilemba, getting out of that way. Getting out of that. Is there any drug testing over there? You know.
I would assume Kathy D will get drug testing. And I'm not going to get to this whole drug stuff because we talk to it every single week. But you have to do it outside source. You can't do it over there. Yeah, straight up. Also, with news this week for fights, Errol Spence versus Leonard Bundu.
Good fight.
As an IBF eliminator. Final eliminator. Which means the winner will get Kell Brook within 12 months.
Oh, but no, have you not heard?
Kell Brook's going to go up ahead.
Kell Brook wants to go up to 154 because...
Yeah. I thought he was the man. I'm the man at 147. With that soft voice. Can't do that. Was that a good Kell Brook?
I'm not going to take a piss at Kell Brook's voice. Like interviewing soon, I don't want no trouble. Kell Brook's voice is alright.
He's the man at 147, but he's going to go 154 apparently. But he's going 154, but he still didn't want to fight Liam Smith for reportedly 650,000 and a pay-per-view upside.
You know, he's going to look back. And no matter what he does, look, I'll be straight with you. I think Kell Brook's a good enough boxer to hang with the guys at 154. Yeah. Even though some of these guys at 154 are big. As much as I think Kell Brook can hang at 154, possibly. I think some of the guys at that level are just you talk about Kell Brook. We say he's composed more than Lara. Don't think so. We talk about Kell Brook having a great jab, better than Lara. Not sure. Kell Brook being strong more than Andrade. You lose all your attributes. We've done this with the Martin Murray. We talked about Martin Murray. We're going to do a video for Martin Murray grows, and we kind of spoke off camera. Martin Murray was the man at 160 because he had all these attributes. Go up 8 pounds, just 8 pounds, you lose all those. Yeah. So as much as Kell Brook's going to look back, if he does go 154 in 12 months, he'll look back and think, what did I do at 147?
There's a couple. What did I do? Since he's won the title in and
look at no disrespect. And this is what I'm going to get wound. Sorry. This is what I'm going to get wound up now, guys. You look at who's been in the 147 division since Kell Brook's been there. Okay, look. In the last 6 years, since Kell Brook's been a name, he's been a name for 4 years, maybe I'd say.
He's been number one contender in Ring Magazine.
Yeah, for 4 or 5 years. You look at who's been in the welterweight division in those 4 or 5 years. You can ring off 25 marquee names. You can ring off. I'm not joking. If me and Ryan really sat down, 25. Yeah. Take away Mayweather Pacquiao. Yeah. Take away, but 25. And he's fought one of them, and he's telling me he's going to go up in 12 months.
Okay,
just as Errol Spence wants your belt.
There's a couple Khan fans. So when we done the This Week in Boxing after Algeri Spence, they said guarantee Kell Brook goes up in weight class before the fight happens. Do you remember those comments?
No, we've got Mystic Megs and watching our channel.
No, this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it doesn't look good for Kell Brook. And it's not saying Kell Brook can't beat Spence. No, I'm trying to say because Spence is still is known, but is an unknown quantity at a certain level. The Andrade fight was a really good performance and really, really good. Now you see you with a real elite person. Cobra's done it once with Porter.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't really know. Shame. And the thing about it right now, I could actually see Kell Brook being pretty dominant at 147 with the current guys out there. There's 1 or 2 guys at the tops that could hold their own, i.e. Porter, Furman, I think. But the rest of the guys, I think Kell Brook wins.
Yeah, I think Kell Brook beats like Danny Garcia. All those, like,
at 154, I don't make him a favourite against the Charlos that beat Trout.
Yeah.
I won't make him a favourite against Andrade, and I won't make him a favourite against Lara.
Yeah.
I might make it 50-50, but it's clearly not a favourite.
Yeah, it's not a favourite. You know what's even worse is obviously there's rumours right now about Berta versus Garcia probably happening. How's Brook missing all? So you got to look at your promoter.
Yeah.
How are you missing this? How's Berto getting Garcia before? How's Garcia getting Berto? Why are you not mixed with any of these names?
And this is why I put Kell Brook in the boxing basement. Yeah. And what did I say in that video? You are the head of your camp. If your promoter or manager is not doing what needs to be done, you need to go speak to them. You can't be here watching the ship sail off.
So let's just run through it, guys, very quickly, and we'll move on very quickly. But so Amir Khan gets Canelo, 147. Porter gets Furman, 147. And now let's talk about Berto getting Garcia, 147. Pacquiao just beat Bradley, 147. Are you noticing that as much as we say the guys don't fight the guys, they do? But Brook's not fighting them.
Yeah.
So everyone seems to be fighting everyone.
It's got to a point where, like I said, we always try to be 50-50, and a year ago we were like 50-50 on the Kell Brook Khan. As time has progressed, Kell Brook's I blame it all up. I blame it all on Kell, but Kell's the only one that's not moving.
Like you say, you're the man. You're the head of your. You're the head of your team.
Yeah.
Head of your team.
All right, then let's move forward. Other fight news: Glowacki versus Usyk has been signed for September. Yeah. I can't remember that guy's name, but it's signed for September.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Was Glowacki? Was it a fluke against Hart? Can Usyk just outbox him? We'll see.
Okay, I'm telling you this right now, that whatever fights we've seen this year have been great. This one's going to add to that list. This one's going to add to that list. Yeah, this one's going to add to that list.
Well done for both of them getting it on.
Yeah.
No one dodging.
Yeah, that's what we like.
No one dodging. Yeah.
Again, we talk about 50-50 fights, we're talking about Porter Furman. Who you got in that fight?
Honestly, I'm just getting on the hype right now.
Yeah.
And the hype right now is around that Usyk kid. I'll be honest with you. Is he in Golovkin's camp? Because I think Golovkin tweeted something about him the other day saying, hey, watch this guy. Don't know why I done that.
I don't know, but yeah, it's
but anyone that can put Hawk to sleep, it's hard to go against them as well.
Anyone like that, you don't want to get upset.
Yeah, you don't want to piss either off.
Yeah.
If they're bouncers, you can't come in, you can't come in.
Also, rumoured this week, Chavez Jr. versus J. Leon Love is very, very close.
It's weird because I heard Chavez Jr. versus Rosado, but if you're saying J. Leon Love, that's even more so.
No, you don't want to see Chavez versus Rosado.
Yeah, but let's say Rosado get up to 168.
No, that's a car crash.
Yeah, I know.
That's an absolute car crash.
Yeah.
And Rosado's tough and will take it for like 5-6 rounds and get absolutely smashed.
They just want the money, don't they? They just want the money. I saw interviews with Rosado on ES News. Is that any setback? And he was talking about the other fights we won. They actually said Rosado, basically they're saying that he's been offered 2 fights. He's been offered Canelo and he's been offered Chavez Jr. And his trainer, who is Vargas, said he's not ready for Canelo, he wants a couple more fights, but he said, we'll take Chavez at 168. He said, I can't make 160 no more, 168.
Bad fight.
Bad fight.
Very bad fight. Not happy with that at all. Alright then, let's move forward. The Canelo Golden Boy All-Star lawsuit is not going good for Golden Boy.
Yeah, I'm hearing about this.
Not going good at all. Apparently, when they're doing their depositions and they're going through all the little bits and bobs, documents and interviews show that Golden Boy knew he was in contract prior.
No surprise.
Yeah. Golden Boy offered Canelo a ridiculous amount of money. I don't think it was 1 million to actually come over on top of what he already been paid previously. And when they re-signed him, they knew what was. I said basically, someone was there. I don't know if it's an ex-employee of Golden Boy or a TV company or something, but they said that Golden Boy knew, and I was there in the discussion, that he had this, and this guy said this on record in court.
Yeah,
we knew.
There's no surprise there for me. I mean, look, Golden Boy, head of Oscar De La Hoya smiles at you, but he does dodginess behind the back. It's just one of those things.
He came out waving the white flag saying that I'm going to save boxing and no dodgy deals. His biggest star is a dodgy deal.
Dodgy deal, and I think it's. But I read the figure, to be fair. I think someone said like it's $27 million lawsuit.
See, I read two conflicting figures.
What do you think?
I heard it could cost Golden Boy in terms of money and revenue and everything up to 100 million.
Oh God, close the company.
Yeah, no, up to 100 million. But I think the 27 million is what All Star Boxing won, or something like that. Let's be honest. You intentionally took a fighter that was in contract, and because you're a big company, thought you could shut them out. This company's been trying for what, 4 or 5 years. It takes the court, and you've been avoiding, pushing. You got to cough up. If I was All Star Promotions, I would say I want Canelo. I want him to honour his contract. Forget the payout, because there's more in Canelo's career now than the payout.
Yeah, but there's also a problem with that. They took Canelo when he wasn't a star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's almost like they've rolled the dice as well. Don't get me wrong, that All Star Promotions are going to get paid handsomely, obviously it sounds like, but
Golden Boy put the work in.
Golden Boy put the work in with this kid. This kid came and he was like 47 and 0 or something stupid at the time, but no one knew he was. I remember even performances when he fought Ryan Rhodes and Matthew Hatton. I thought, he's alright.
Yeah.
Didn't think he'd do this.
But then also to say, we had the opportunity to grow him and we didn't, because you stole him.
Yeah, but would they have pushed him the way they pushed him? Golden Boy have made him what they are, so it's going to go on for a long time, because yes, you've stolen someone, I get that, but you've stolen someone when he was 20 years old and no one knew who he was.
Canelo said something on the depositions that when I signed, because Canelo signed the contract with them, he said, "Oh, I don't speak English. I thought the contract was in English, so this is also being crafted. The contract was in English, and I thought it was some sort of other deal. I didn't know it was a management deal, promotional deal."
All Star, a Mexican or American?
Or Mexican.
They're Mexican All Star. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not sure about that?
I'm not sure.
I could tell the way you started.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Not sure. So let's not get ourselves in trouble. We don't want no depositions on our door.
Right.
But, okay, it's gonna go on. It's gonna go on.
Yeah. Let's stick with lawsuits for a second. And Adrian Broner's lawsuit with robbing his mate has been dropped. Yeah.
Not surprising.
Apparently, Broner's paid him off.
Yeah. Not
To
surprising.
avoid going to court.
Yeah.
But I don't understand American law. They said that Broner still has to attend court for for their, even though the guy hard charges, what Broner's allegedly done, the government's kind of looking into it or whatever. I don't know how American law go, but this guy is no longer pursuing it.
Yeah. He just needs to kind of. I would say he needs to fix up, but he won't. That's just his character.
Yeah.
I've kind of realised that that's just him now. What is he? 27, 28? That's him.
Not going to change.
Not going to change. No.
Cal Yafai and Antonio Gogo's been added to the AJ card.
Yeah, against who though? As per usual, guys, everyone, I saw this on Twitter and everyone was like, my God, it's a great card now. Gogo's even on, done the card with Cal Yafai. And I was like, okay, have you guys checked who they're fighting yet? Don't get me wrong, Gogo's on this big comeback and, he's been out for ages, so I understand that. And I think Cal Yafai's close to get a world title shot, but still want to see substance. I don't.
You're throwing names on a card to build a card, but names don't make a card. Quality fights make a card.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned this before, like I said last time with Callum Smith. You could throw these guys on a card against some apparently easy opponent and actually end up hurting the reputation of the fighter.
You know what it is as well. And if it's a great main event, I don't give a damn about the undercard. I've never ever cared about an undercard if the main event has got me like, oh my God. I do think promoters know when the main event's crap when they start doing these fillers, and they must see who. They know what they're doing, and I just don't care.
Out of the 3 major fights on the card, which fight are you looking forward to most?
I am looking forward to none of them.
Yeah, it doesn't capture your imagination. I do think Martin Murray Groves had.
Sorry, that's the one.
Yeah,
if anything, that's the one I'm interested in.
But I want to see where they both stand.
Yeah, if anything, that's the one I'm interested in, to be fair.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no interest.
Alright then. Also now, Rigo versus Jazza Dickens is now signed for July 16th. Over here, guaranteed done deal. Minus visa problems. As I mentioned previously, Rigo's been reinstated as a champion again, so it's a world title fight.
I will listen to you. This could be one of those stories that could be a sad story for Rigo. We talked earlier on the show about Vasyl Lomachenko, and to be honest with you, when Rigo turned over, I thought he was that as well. Like, oh my God. And age is going to catch up with him. It seems like inactivity is going to catch up with him. And I just hope that one lucky guy doesn't catch him.
Yeah.
Right now, we just don't know, because this is a demotivated guy that just doesn't really. He's now fighting for money because obviously the belts mean nothing to him anymore because they're giving him back, taking away, giving him back, taking away.
I've said this before 1,000 times. I'll say this again. Yeah, I'm not saying Jazz is gonna win, but if you were to beat Rigo, you beat him now.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Doesn't got a chance.
No, I'm just saying, this is how you beat him. I'm trying to say because he's been inactive, he's been rusty, ain't been fighting, he's a small guy, has to stay away.
Was what? Cotto Canelo? Was he another card of that? Or was it
another card of that, yeah. And before that was when?
I don't know, the Chinese
guy, yeah.
The Chinese could be wrong. Not being racist, could be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, final bit of the news for the week. We started with talking about people passing away, we're going to end with people passing away. Eric Morales' father, who was also his trainer, passed away this week, only 60 years old. And also, MMA star / boxing star Kimbo Slice passes away as well.
Yeah. What was his real name again?
Kevin Ferguson.
Kevin Ferguson.
Let's start quickly. Condolences to Eric Morales and his family. 60's young. You know what I mean? Yeah. And being your father, grew up with him, trained with him, very close bond.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. It's been a week of tragedies, but Kimbo Slice. It's funny because obviously, guys, you might know. Obviously, me and Ryan are obviously huge boxing fans, but look, we just like a fight. That's it, really. So, and it all comes down to sometimes just seeing a guy scrap, which is bad. I get it, but then Kimbo Slice was that guy you went to on YouTube, backyard, alley, scrap. It's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
For him, you know, everyone talks about this American dream, and I kind of tweeted it the other day actually. And I put it on my Facebook. That's the American dream. He went from fighting in the backyard for a couple $100.
Security guard for a porno company.
There you go, yeah. Couple $100, maybe $1,000 here and there. He got paid a bit sometimes. You went from there to fighting for millions in the UFC when millions are watching you. How? What? I mean, we're not talking about no amateur background stuff. We're not talking about a guy that done jiu-jitsu or went to the Olympics. We're talking about a guy that literally had fights in your backyard.
For a guy in his 30s to come into boxing or MMA and even win a fight, let alone become a name and make millions, is an achievement.
What an achievement!
It's an achievement.
What an achievement! Think about the guys that. Sorry to interrupt. Think about the guys that have 100 and so amateur fights and so many jiu-jitsu fights, and don't get to that level, don't get to that stage.
Yeah.
God,
when you consider that as an MMA fighter, he was wanted in areas. As a boxer, he was wanted in the areas. He knew this, promoters knew this, but he still got in the ring with real pro fighters. It takes a lot of heart, a lot of credit. Now I mean to know that, guess what, I'm underskilled, don't have the experience or knowledge of these guys, but I'm still going to fight them. Yeah. Know what I mean? Yeah, you got to give him mad credit for that.
No, honestly, mad credit. He was actually supposed to be over here in July, and I was going to try and see if I could get to watch it because there's another guy on the card I want to watch. And it's a shame. Huh? Michael Venom Page.
Yeah, Page, that's it.
Yeah, I want to watch him fight, and it's just a tragic. It's just another story, another reminder that we aren't promised. I mean, everyone makes plans, and we aren't promised tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. It's almost like try and enjoy yourselves.
I mean, they said that you need a heart transplant or some sort of heart failure at 42 years old. I mean, rumour mills are everywhere, so I'm not going to say anything, but you need to look after yourself.
Yeah.
So because you need to look after yourself. You know what I mean? And if the rumour mill is true, people need to stop putting crap in their bodies.
No, he failed a drug test after his last fight.
Yeah, he failed a drug test after his last fight. I'm not going to go into it. It's rumours. I don't want to get into that subject.
No, I'm doing 2 + 2 = 4. Someone fails a drug test for the last thing, and then you need a heart transplant at 42. 42 years old.
And then also there's what's the word? Steroids have a history of having heart problems, heart valves, and it does mess you up.
What I will say is this though: he had a fight 3 months ago to Bellator. If you heart transplants aren't something that just come at that. Oh my God! How you pass the medical when that's going on around you is one thing. So they've got to look into that Bellator organisation because that of 5,000 guys, if you don't know, he had a fight, awful fight. He collapsed. Yeah. He was that close to dying as well. He went in a self-induced coma, like Nick Blackwell. Came out on the right side, thank God. But
I'll tell you something as well. Yeah, and like I said, we're not silly. Everyone here knows what we're not silly. Kimbo Slice was fighting guys in the street days, and I'm trying to say when he looked really tight, muscular, at 265, 260, something along those lines. When he went to the UFC with drug testing, he went down to like 220, 215.
Yeah.
and then it's gone back up to 260, 265 with all that muscle. You don't put on 45 pounds of muscle.
No,
I don't care how you told me you don't put on 45 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, you don't.
In your late 30s.
Yeah, you don't lose it. You don't lose it, put it on, lose it, put it on. It just doesn't work like that. It's just, the body just doesn't work like that. It's just simple, without extra. No one's going to tell me that's just through chicken and protein shakes.
Alright, you train more than me, you're a gym guy.
Yes, I am.
Tell me right now, how long will it take you to put on 45 pounds of muscle? Honestly.
I can't even think.
It's not even attainable.
It's not even attainable.
It's not even attainable.
Like, basically, I'm like 14.5 stone. Someone told me, Ade, you're going to try and get to like 18 stone. I'm like, how?
Yeah, it's seriously. I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad about the guy because he's passed away, but people look after your bodies, and I'm trying to say,
yeah,
but you don't need that stuff in you.
He's got a family. He's got like 6 kids or something. Like Condolences to the family. Hopefully, he's left them some finances behind, and they can. But man, sad news again. But positive news. Any fights next week? What are we? What day are we?
17th next week.
17th. Probably something.
Yeah, something.
Probably something.
And this week, expect some videos for Martin Murray and Groves. We started to film it last week, and we had some technical problems.
Martin Murray Groves, we're going to do a video for Eubank as well.
Eubank as well.
Why not? I mean,
also, Fury Klitschko too.
Yeah. Kid Guy has an undercard that, you know. The rewards you get.
Yeah. And there's another big fight coming as well. What else is coming up?
Kell Brook. Kovalev, that's it. Yeah. Kovalev. Alright guys, some more videos this week. Tweet, share, subscribe, and if you haven't gone and seen it, go and see Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Just go and watch it. It will be on YouTube somewhere.
Amazing.
Go and watch it. Go and find some of these other fights as well and you see what we're talking about. Yeah. Peace.